Hello. Welcome to a game called You Used to Be Someone. I wanted to get a short little video out because I have a lot of bigger videos I need to edit, but I haven't posted in a while, so I thought I'd do this one. This does do it themes of depression, so if that's something that you're uncomfortable with, go ahead and just skip this video. Let's get started. The more time you spend in your cramped little apartment, the less you can stand your very existence. You should probably go outside. It'll be good for you, supposedly. The current contents of your fridge are as follows. Half a pizza, mushrooms, green peppers, and olives, a carton of almond milk, some eggs, a bottle of sriracha sauce, third of a bag of frozen pierogies, some strawberries that are probably going to go bad soon. You're really not in the least bit hungry though. Still not hungry. Sigh. Feel like human garbage, haha. Oh, I was clicking stuff. Oh, okay. It has cats on it. Cats are great. Sometimes you wish you had a cat of your own, but the thought of being responsible for one makes you anxious. I did not realize I was clicking on stuff. That's why you have fish, you suppose. God's aquarium because you figured taking care of some living creatures will help you out of the funk you're in. It is. Is it in fact helping? You're not sure. You found this carpet in a thrift store. It reminds you of the carpet your parents had at your house growing up. Same parents you moved across the country to distance yourself from. Figures. Your parents, during their weekly phone calls, keep asking when you're going to get a real bed. We'll buy you one, they say. You tell them it's fine, that you'll buy one when you move into a bigger apartment. You're not moving to a bigger apartment anytime soon, though. Not with what you're currently being paid. And yes, you know damn well that you're super privileged for even having your parents as a safety net. Doesn't really help, though. In fact, it makes you feel even more guilty. Okay, guess the door. Alright, you gonna do this? I guess so. Well, it can't be any worse than staying in, can it? Woohoo, good job. You made it outside. Okay, now what? Looks like a neighborhood coffee shop is open. Feels like going inside? Sure. Maybe being around people without actually having to interact with them is just what you need right now. Or maybe even some caffeine would help. Worth a try, right? What is that? You spend time in many cafes just like this one. Sipping coffee, laptop open, endless brilliant ideas flowing out of your fingers. Fascinating strangers mulling about in the background as you imagine their stories. Now, you hate everything you write. What's the point? Everyone's seen it all before. As much as you miss the days you were so brilliant and clever, the fact of the matter is, you're not. You're just not. The jukebox seems to be stuck in some sort of loop. How loud? The bathroom sure seems to have been occupied for a good long time. Oh look, it's an art. Or rather, a poster of an art, most likely. Yes. The impossibly upbeat barista asks you what you like to order. Um, Fancy espresso drink. The barista enthusiastically and clumsily makes your drink. Not the worst you have, but definitely far from the best. Oh well. You wonder whether it might be a good idea to acquire things to put up on your wall. Have the place feel more like yours and all. It'll probably help, but, motivation. Okay. Is that everything? We are about to drink it, we gotta interact with this space for any longer than you have. Oh, I can move. Oh, okay. This one seems to be crooked to you. Only slightly, though. You actually before it more crooked, because then it might read as an intentional design decision. Used to have this one on a t-shirt. You wonder what happened to it. It probably doesn't fit you anymore anyhow. Ah, I can rotate. This one never fails to crack you up no matter how many times you've seen it. Yay, a momentary emotion other than despair. Ooh. You could have sworn this one didn't used to be here. Then again, exactly how long has it been since you last walked in here? And were you even paying attention at the time? Okay, I didn't know I could rotate. Well, that would have been good for the house. This cafe is failing to provide you with anything in a way of inspiration. You're done here. Oh joy, it's a door to an apartment you don't live in. So you had enough of being outside? Actually, so that's my apartment. Not friends with anyone in that building, so there's no reason for you to go in there. Not that there's anyone in this building you want to be friends with, but still. I think so. Set for all the doors. Okay, so I can move. You could, you suppose, visit the local disco mart. How about it? Yes. You can always count on the disco mart to have something acceptable to snack on. Not you to particularly feel like snacking, but who knows, maybe something in there will inspire you. As soon as you wander inside the disco mart, you remember exactly why you hate it. Everything is overpriced and harshly lit, and the clerk always glares at you. You avoid ever coming in here at all, but alas, sometimes you have to buy toilet paper. A selection of Disco Mart's main junk food options. You're well aware that if you were to buy this literally anywhere else, it would be about half the price. And yet, what else is even open at this time of night? A dusty rack of discount Blu-rays, mostly mediocre romance, like comedies, and superhero popcorn flicks. All this reminds you of you should eat healthier. You should visit an actual grocery store. You used to be able to visit actual grocery stores. What happened? When did leaving the apartment at regular people hours become so hard? There must be something in here that contains vegetable or fruit, maybe. We'll start with this side. Selection of Disco Mart's main junk food options. Yeah. Okay. So say the same thing for this. You used to read magazines like this in an effort to understand the kinds of people who bought them. It always felt like you're an alien from another planet doing some kind of anthropological study. It used to be fun because you felt a smug sense of superiority. Now it just makes you sad. It's always the same clerk, of course. Or maybe not. Maybe they just all look the same. The clerk looks like you expectantly waiting for you to buy something. Yeah, you pay for your snack, consume about two-thirds of it, and then ends up throwing the rest in the trash. Okay. Nope, you're really not feeling the disco smart at all. Oh, it's controls a little weirdly. OMG, shoes. Too bad they're closed. Not that you even need new shoes anyway. You've had juice in this juice bar once before. It's pretty good juice, just, not $9 good. That's so real. This place supposedly serves good cupcakes. You never had a chance to try them though, seeing as they're practically never open. Well, the 24-hour Nom Nom Noms is open. Wanna go in there? Well, why not? It's not like anyone you actually know will see you, so hey, might as well. God, these are scary. You came here more often than you like to admit. You're well aware the food is terrible for you and the business practices are exploitative. Times like these, sometimes a box of chicken nuggets is all you can get down. You know it's a manufactured childhood nostalgia thing, and you hate yourself for buying into it. And yet, that doesn't stop you. Continue to casual recite the usual chipper, welcome to Nom Nom Noms, how may I help you speech. Buy those nuggets. You buy your nuggets and eat them. They taste like childhood and vague regret. So much for that. Look at Nom Nom Noms trying to look more fancy and gourmet than it actually is. It's Nom Nom Noms, you know that. Everyone knows that. So why bother? Okay. You've had enough of this cramped, greasy place. Time to go back outside. Seems like the place just opened up like yesterday. Either that or you've been holed up in your apartment longer than you thought. Life is indeed not fair. You used to love going to nice restaurants by yourself. It was like you were taking yourself on a date, or so you used to say. Of course, these days you can barely even muster enough energy to be awake when a nice restaurants are open. You used to busk back when you played music with other people. It was fun. Sometimes you miss it. You thought about busking yourself, playing either your guitar or one of your horns, but you never managed to find enough motivation to actually do it. Oh look, the laundromat is open. Maybe you want to go in there? Maybe the laundromat will inspire you to wash the overflowing hamper of clothes in your bathroom. Or maybe you just keep wearing the same hoodie and pajama pants you've had on for days, whatever. You went to live in an apartment without laundry. You figured you'd be fine. The laundromat's so close by, you said to yourself. You even convinced yourself it was all romantic and bohemian and such. What it really ended up meaning is the practice that you don't end up doing your laundry all that often. Oh, that's it? Okay. I can't click on any of those. That's enough standing around the laundromat, you suppose. That was so loud in my earball. When you first decided to start exploring your gender identity and dress better, you visited a lot of thrift stores. There were great places to find dress shirts and waistcoats and blazers, which, at the moment, all just in your closet with once you try to forget you have a body to dress. Once this place did indeed contain ridiculous hats, now it does not. Gee, those tinted windows sure do look inviting. You used to love owning books and bargain hunting for them at the used bookstores. Now, well, owning shelves of books is more trouble than it's worth. Makes moving a pain in the ass for starters. Whatever, didn't end up donating it to use other used bookstores. It's probably somewhere. Whatever you didn't end up donating to used bookstores is probably still somewhere at your parents' basement. The Cyber Club bouncer just stands there, more or less unaware of your existence. Not that you particularly feel like having anyone aware of your existence, but still. You heard of this place. Apparently there's a weekly queer dance party and it's tonight. Wanna check it out? Be fun. As the kids say, YOLO or something. Flash your ID at the bouncer and they nonchalantly let you in. As soon as you walk into the club, oh god. This is so loud for me. You don't know anyone at the dance part. Who would you know? It's not like you ever go out. Also, you hate crowds and noise, remember? The music makes you feel strangely old. As if it's some kind of in-joke that no one ever explained to you. You'd feel foolish for asking. Come to think of it, that's how you feel about a lot of things. Hey, it's loud in here. Yes, getting out here is probably a good idea. If this place were open, you could spend hours browsing tacky local souvenirs. Alas, it is not. You walked by this place several times, and each time you wonder what it is that people do in there. It's not like you're going to find out tonight, though, or ever. It's an upscale boutique whose name means something rude in French. And it's also closed. You have no idea what this place even sells. And you certainly won't be finding out right now because it's closed. Apparently, the ASMR thing is super in at the moment. Not enough to be open at this very moment, though. The Blue Room. Apparently, they have lots of live music in here. You like music. Well, you did at some point anyway. Maybe you want to see what's playing? Could be just the thing. Who knows? Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll inspire you out of this funk. The Blue Room reminds you of various other venues you played back when you were in your band. Or sang karaoke in or performed impromptu slam poetry in. Regardless of what it was, you were good at it. It was easy for you. Whenever you're at any kind of live music venue, you always watch the band. If anything, they're the people you can relate to, the ones who are there for an actual reason. You've always had a much easier time entertaining and being entertained, and you're not sure why that is. Smarmy bartender completely ignores you all while being friendly and chatting up everyone else. Whatever. It's not like you wanted anything to drink anyway. You don't really feel like being in here anymore. It's just making you sad. Okay, I think that's all because this doesn't turn into anything. So just head back to the house. Can I sprint? No, I get to leisurely walk. Oh, I'm gonna break this game. I know it. God, I hate the controls for this, but don't know how long this game took to make, so. It's nice though. The other characters kind of creep me out though, not gonna lie. I don't like the little faces painted on objects. It's a little. Oh, oh joy! It's a door to an apartment you don't live in. Okay, well, let's just head back to my apartment. I believe it's this one. So, you had enough of being outside? Yeah, I'm done with outside. At least you did something with your day. It may not have been much, and it certainly wasn't productive, but it was something. And that is it. Um, I hope you like this. Sorry it was kind of short. Sorry, not a lot to it, but I did find it interesting. I do like the style, even though it makes me a little uncomfortable. And if I learned to read instructions, then I would have found out how to move the first time. So, hopefully I will have more videos out soon, but for now, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.